Now let's talk about managing project reports and documentation. So welcome to the session on managing project reports and documentation, which can be considered as part of your communication plan, your engagement plan. Now it's the time to execute these communication and engagement strategies as part of the execution phase. So a proper documentation is a key aspect of project management that ensures the transparency, informed decision making, and stakeholder alignment. And without clear and structured report, teams risk miscommunication, missed deadlines, and poor stakeholder engagement. This session will focus on the best practices for status reporting, maintaining the transparency and accountability, and tailoring reports to different stakeholders based on their needs. The importance of having project reports and execution. So, project report serves as the foundation for project execution and decision making. These reports allow project managers to track the progress, assess the risks, and communicate effectively with the stakeholders. So, ensure to have your reports have, let's say, it tracks the project health and performance, uh, and they help in identifying the issues early and make proactive let's say decisions. So these are the key importance of having a project report. Finally, stakeholders rely on reports for visibility and strategic planning. So ensure that whatever has been planned on the planning phase, and you set all of these communication requirements. So ensure that you fulfill these requirements to ensure the transparency by tracking the project health and performance, presenting it to the stakeholder or sharing these reports to the stakeholders to to enable them having a proactive decisions. Now let's see the project type or the types of project reports. So there are key, let's say, project reports that is mainly used. So each report type serves a specific function. For example, you have the status report. The status report provide a periodic updates on progress and performance. We also have risk reports, and risk reports it identify, assess, and mitigate potential risks, and it also shows the status as an update for each of these risks status, whether it's been mitigated, did it happen, maybe you have a new risk that you have listed. So ensure that you keep updating the risk report whenever your project evolves, because risk identification does not stop on the planning phase, and it's continuous, let's say, process that might increase by the time. So the list of your risks might increase during the execution, during the monitoring. The risk is continuous process. Also, you have this variance reports. Variance reports, it's used to compare the actual performance against the planned metrics. You may also have this financial reports to track the project budget, show the expenses and the resource allocation. And also, again, to talk about the variance report might include different aspect in terms of the schedule and cost as well. For example, let's say in an IT project management, a weekly sprint, an agile project, the status report details the features, for example, the number of features completed, the blockers were faced by the team, and the upcoming tasks, helping agile teams to adapt and optimize their workflows. Now let's see the status report with its best practices. So a well-structured status report provide an accurate snapshot of the project health. And that report should be concise, data-driven, and relevant. You may use dashboards and visuals to enhance the clarity, especially when it comes with presenting these status reports to non-technical stakeholders. So try to simplify it tailor it based on the stakeholder type. Also, finally, ensure that you highlight the key achievements, the key risks, and the upcoming tasks. So the stakeholder knows the status of the project with its achievement, risks, and the next tasks. You have this burn down chart on Agile. We haven't covered it yet, but to have an example here, when in software development, for example, for having a status report, using this burn down chart in Agile, it's type of report that it shows the progress towards the sprint completion, making it easier to adjust the priorities when necessary. And this report helps the teams and stakeholders, to visualize the progress on whatever, let's say, tasks were completed during the sprint. Ensuring the transparency in project reporting. This is a very important concept. So, transparency in reporting is very critical for maintaining the trust between you and the stakeholder. Hiding risks or delays can lead to project failure. Not being able to seek the support or to get the right decision based on the facts that your report is presenting. So ensure to share a real-time fact-based information with the stakeholders. Also use standardized reporting templates and formats to reduce the confusion and address both success and challenges openly. So you don't have to hide any of these. So the stakeholder will trust you. Let's say in case that you have faced with any challenges, they can support you by suggesting and making decisions that help, solving these challenges. Let's take an example here. Let's say in a government infrastructure project, the public progress report helps maintaining the accountability, the stakeholder confidence, ensuring all involved parties stays aligned with the project goals. When we talk about the accountability through documentation, so documentation provide an evidence of project progress and accountability. And how is that possible? So the accountability through the documentation, um, it can, you can enhances or you can foster the accountability by assigning a clear ownership for reporting responsibilities within your team. For example, if someone you have assigned him to share the progress report with a certain stakeholders, and that team member has no, let's say, clarity on what to send, what to include in your report, and who's going to be accountable for that report. So that will cause a confusion. So ensure that you assign a clear ownership for these reporting responsibilities. Also maintain the historical records of project progress and decisions, and ensures the audibility and compliance with the governance standards. Now let's cover the tailoring reports for different stakeholders. And tailoring means not all of the stakeholders needs, let's say, the same level of detail. Not all of the stakeholders have the same level of knowledge on, for example, the technical concepts. So ensure customizing reports to ensure the relevance and engagement with your stakeholders. Um, and let's say that the senior executives requires a high level summaries and key metrics. So you don't have to go in depth to the key details of the project, the challenges, and all of these. So ensures that you just ensure as a project manager to share whatever high level details that it's been agreed upon when doing, let's say, planning the communication. When it comes to project teams as a second type of, let's say, stakeholder, the project teams needs a detailed and operational level reports. You may also have this external stakeholders, and the external stakeholders may require just compliance and regulatory reports. That's all. So you don't have to share all of these details. Let's say that you share with the seniors executives. You don't have to share the same level of details with, for example, with the external stakeholders. So ensure that you tailor the reports based on the stakeholders' needs. And let's take an example here. In a marketing campaign, the executive focuses on the ROI metrics or the return of investment metrics, while marketing teams need a detailed audience engagement data. Providing tailored reports improves the communication efficiency. Tools and software is used for an effective project reporting. Technology streamlines the data collection, visualization, and distribution, reducing the manual work and improving the accuracy. You have these different tools like the PMIS or the Project Management Information System. For example, it's used for automated reporting. You may also leverage the different dashboards like the Power BI or Tableau for real-time insights. Ensures that and ensure to maintain a centralized document repository on SharePoint or Google Drive to ensure the accessibility by all of these stakeholders to the project progress report. And here are the common challenges that you might face again on when reporting. So, to ensure reports remain effective, common challenges must be proactively addressed, and these challenges might include the incomplete or outdated data. And how you mitigate that is by validating the source before reporting. So, validate the data itself, within your team. Uh, s- Make sure that whatever is being reported is accurate and precise. Also, the next challenge that you might face is with lack of stakeholder engagement. And to mitigate and overcome this challenge is that use some visuals and concise summaries, especially when dealing with non-technical stakeholders. The next challenge here we have is delayed reporting. You may also utilize this, let's say, automated report systems if it's, let's say, available within your organization to ensure that whatever reports that you have agreed with the stakeholder to share with, if it's ready, and then it can be sent automatically. And that data may be, for example, pulled up from the PMIS. So it depends on whatever requirements you have for and requirements of frequency and the type of information. You may, utilize this automated report sending. To summarize our session, we say that in structured and transparent project reporting is essential for tracking the progress, managing risks, and maintaining stakeholder trust. And by following the best practices and leveraging the technology and tailoring reports to the right audience, project managers ensures an effective decision making and project success. The project reporting ensures the visibility, the accountability, and informed decision making. And your report as a project manager should be accurate, concise, and stakeholder specific.